Hello everyone, my name is Tyler Moy, and today I'm here to talk to you about a touchy subject known as drug legalization. Drug legalization has been a very hot subject in the US for the past couple of years, especially since Colorado legalized the substance in their state. To give you a little bit of background history on drug legalization, the International Cooperation of Drug Control began in China over 100 years ago in 1909. That's when they first started punishment for drug possession for citizens. Not only has Canada and some of the US states legalized medical and in some cases recreational use of marijuana, other countries such as Colombia, Brazil, and Mexico have all called for some form of legalization. Portugal, the only Western country to legalize all drug possession in 2001, has reported no drastic increase in drug usage, but has reported a very sharp decrease in drug-related deaths. 84 years ago, the prohibition began in the US, and people were killing each other and dying over a beverage that we all enjoy on the weekend occasionally, alcohol. And ever since 1933, alcohol has been legal for consumption by a regulated age group. So why is it that a beverage that has effects on the brain, the heart, the pancreas, increased risk of cancer, decrease in weakening your immune system, why has a beverage that has all those side effects been passed by the government and just overlooked? But a plant that has many health benefits, such as helping with eye diseases or epilepsy or seizures, some chemicals found in the marijuana actually stops the cancer cells from growing. So some forms of the medical side of marijuana do not actually even contain THC, which is the chemical inside of marijuana that causes the hallucinogens. So drugs that don't contain the THC that cause those hallucinogens are safe for kids that have seizures, and in numerous cases that have been reported, countless times it has helped children overcome seizures where they could barely function throughout the day and are now going on a normal, healthy life. Not only has there been a reported health benefits for this drug, an economical benefit has been seen very drastically changed in Colorado. Legalizing marijuana will open up more opportunities other than medical usage. It can create jobs and boost our economy. In 2015, Colorado produced more than 18,000 new full-time jobs, not part-time, full-time jobs from the marijuana industry. Communities such as Connecticut and Alaska have young people moving away from them at a drastic rate. The young generation is a huge key to those cities and those states' survival in the long run. Yet states like Colorado are seeing an increase in population, and young adults aren't moving to Colorado just for the marijuana use. Some of them are moving there because they see that they passed the marijuana laws, and they see that state as an open-minded state that uses a thoughtful approach to policy. The war on drugs has been a very, very long and disastrous war that the US and Mexico and other countries have been involved in. If you keep feeding resources to it, more people will suffer and we will waste a lot more money. I'm not saying we need to legalize all hard drugs or all drugs in general. Marijuana has been the only drug so far that has shown a medical benefit and almost zero side effects other than when you smoke it, obviously you're not supposed to inhale smoke, but there are other ways of using marijuana. So I believe decriminalizing marijuana has had a decrease in murder rates and in a lot of cases shown a decrease in hard drugs. In Colombia, they were one of the world's most primary supplier of drugs. With support from America and Western European governments, they have used billions of dollars to end the war on drugs, but they're still fighting it. Not only did they spend that money, they lost tens of thousands of people along the way. So not only was it a very expensive and not very cost-effective war, no war very much is, we've also lost tens of thousands of Americans, Mexicans, Canadians. We've lost everybody during this war on drugs. So I believe decriminalizing this drug will decrease the violence that is brought along with them. Of course, the violence will always be there with the hard drugs that we shouldn't legalize, such as heroin, cocaine, and the like. But with marijuana having medical benefits, job opportunities, almost zero side effects in the harmful way, I believe it would be a beneficial decision for this entire country to legalize it, especially the way the economy is going right now. But with every good thing, there is always drawbacks. And I do see those drawbacks, so I'm not numb to those. I do acknowledge them. I do believe that marijuana usage needs to be regulated, such as alcohol usage. Alcohol is very common to get, it is very easy to get, and it is also very easy to get in trouble with. Driving under the influence, showing up to work under the influence, and also consuming too much. I believe these are all things that can also be involved towards the decision of legalizing marijuana. So I believe that marijuana should be controlled the same way alcohol is controlled. Certain age groups shouldn't be allowed to, and you shouldn't be allowed to do certain things while you have it in your system. While marijuana doesn't have an addictive chemical, the dependency of it can be repetitive. You can get used to the action of doing it, smoking it, and having it. So I believe that the substance itself isn't addictive. The action of the substance can be addictive. And actually in states such as Colorado, for instance, they have seen an increase of young people 20% more likely to use marijuana since it became legal for adults 2 years ago. That's a pretty big jump in just 2 years. That's 10% of young people every year. They're also 40% more likely to be regular users than their peers in Massachusetts. So I think even though I am pro-legalization of marijuana, it should still be monitored and dealt with to the same degree of the consequences of alcohol. But with that being said, to sum up, I believe having marijuana legalized will stop a lot of violence between countries. It will have significant health benefits for many patients, and I'm sure there's more research that we can find out about it, but right now, as it is illegal in a lot of states, some of our top scientists aren't even allowed to use it to research the health benefits. So I believe it'll stop violence, a lot more health benefits, but I'm also aware that there are problems that come along with it, and I acknowledge those problems, and I think that should be dealt with just as we decided to deal with alcohol. You can't just get alcohol with anything much nowadays because you have to scan IDs, you can't make fake IDs. And I believe that the benefits of marijuana outweigh the negative effects of alcohol, because alcohol basically doesn't even have any positive effects on the human body. But we have time and time again seen research saying that marijuana is good. It is from the ground, it is grown, it is a natural substance that has been on this earth before we were even here. So why does the government seem to find that needed to be illegal? I'm not sure why, but I believe that if we were to legalize it, we would have a huge economy boom. The US would be in a lot less trouble than it is now, and a lot more of our problems would be solved. But I'm very open-minded. I look forward to hearing all of your feedback about this speech, and thank you very much for listening. Y'all have a good one. Bye.